Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is another one of my spontaneous ones. It's about 10 p.m. right now. I should really probably be getting ready for bed, but I just thought I would really quickly film a YouTube video because I thought if I didn't, I wouldn't have a non-marathon related YouTube video to put up this week. And ever since I announced I was running the London Marathon for the MS Society, my channel has been predominantly marathon based, and I feel like although it's such a big deal in my life, it might not appeal to the rest of my followers, whereas the video that I'm going to make has been long overdue and also really highly requested. So yeah, it's 10 p.m. I've had the makeup on that I've had on my face since this morning. I've literally just ripped my hair up. All I've done is change out of a hoodie and put a top on, so you can enjoy the more natural me. But yes, the video I'm going to film today is a supplements video, and this video has been highly requested. As I'm sure some of you know, I absolutely love kind of holistic kind of food and supplements and healthy kind of diet and lifestyle kind of healing things. Like, I completely agree with pharmaceutical stuff. I did Lemtrada as a disease modifying therapy and it has literally like saved my life. Not as in my physical I'm alive, but my general like day-to-day life. But as well as that, I went crazy when I first got diagnosed and went crazy on the research. And so part of this video is going to be like showing everyone all the supplements that I take. Some I take more than others. But yeah, because I went on such a research rampage and literally invested in every single thing that said it was meant to be good for you or good for people who had MS, there's definitely going to be stuff that I probably will not repurchase. So if you're like me and you're at the start of your kind of MS journey and you're absolutely terrified and you're going around the internet searching for miracle herbs and things like this, and you're going to buy anything that says that it's worked for someone, maybe you can take from this video stuff that maybe you don't need to purchase. So learn from my mistakes. Don't go purchasing crazy cheese fruit juice, which I will go on to show you, thinking that it's going to be the magical cure for your MS. So I think we need to begin this video at my health cupboard, as I like to call it, in my kitchen, where I have all of my like superfood powders, protein powders, and all of my supplements. So I will show you that now. So this is my kind of health cupboard. It's what it looks like. So I've got all my supplements up here, and then a few bottles of things, and then here I've got kind of superfood powders and things. These are all protein because still I'm on a hunt for the best vegan protein. To be honest, these are pretty much almost done, so maybe if I just get through this and this, I can find and experiment another one. But yeah, I've just got like hemp seeds. This is coffee that I drink. It's made out of mushrooms and it's really cool, like kind of medical mushrooms. It's got like lion's mane and chaga mushroom. And yeah, so it's like half the actual coffee and it's made out of, yeah, mushrooms. It's got so many health benefits. And then got things like flaxseed, kind of ground up with vitamin D that I put in smoothies. I've got matcha green tea, which is a really nice alternative to coffee. Okay, so this is one thing that you can avoid. Whilst I was on my crazy buying everything spree, I just kind of thought, right, I need like green things in my diet. So I bought this, but I don't actually use it because it's got spirulina and chlorella in, and that boosts the immune system. So we don't want our immune systems to get like boosted. So I don't use that, but I still have it and I put it in smoothies if I'm making one for other people. So instead of that, I now have wheatgrass powder, which is nice. It's got nuts for making nut butter. This is like cacao powder, which is really high in antioxidant and also gives you energy. I've got maca powder, which is really good for balancing hormones, and if you've just had a relapse or whatever, steroids can massively mess up your hormones, or mine were definitely messed up after I had a course of steroids, so took some matcha. And then up here is just all my supplements, which I will go through in this video. They've got like cacao nibs. This is insane. If you don't eat cheese and you want something to put on like pasta, this is absolutely amazing, and it's full of vitamin B12 and protein and fibre, things like that. I've got some flaxseed oil, which I use to make salad dressings. I've got this, which I have talked about before. It's Probiotics. It's basically like an iron supplement, and when I was really suffering with extreme fatigue, I took this every day, and I actually noticed a huge improvement in my fatigue. I've got some apple cider vinegar with the mother, so it's still got the health benefits. Absolutely despise apple cider vinegar. And then this is the like cheese fruit that I was talking about. It's called noni juice, and this is definitely something that you do not need to purchase. It was mentioned in my book, How to Live Naturally with MS, or whatever it's called. And I just thought, right, I need to get it. It's like made out of these little vial cheese fruit things, but it's flavoured, like this is raspberry flavour. And it's just meant to have loads of like antiviral, antioxidant, loads of health benefits of it. So I bought it, still got loads left because literally I just use like a cap at a time. I put it in like a smoothie or something, but to be honest, you can get the same sort of vitamins and benefits from just like a punt of blueberries, so you don't have to buy this. Let me read you what the book actually says about it. So in the book it says that it is claimed to have anti-inflammatory, antiseptic and antifungal properties, and it's also claimed to be a painkiller and helps balance the immune system. So I read that and I thought, great, bought it. However, you don't have to. And then I've just got some raw honey and a little protein shaker thing and some almond butter, and yeah, that is my health cupboard, and that's everything that I take aside from just eating loads of fruit and vegetable to keep me healthy. So that was my supplement little health cupboard in my kitchen, and now we're going to get into the supplements. So I feel like this video is either going to get love or hate. There are definitely some people who think that any supplements are just ridiculous and you can get all the beneficial things you need out of the diet that you eat. So on the one hand, now that I've taken like a step back from the sheer kind of panic of a diagnosis and I can look at it with a more kind of rational view, I do agree with that partly, but with MS it's quite easy to be deficient in certain things. So whilst I do agree that the most important thing is just having a healthy, balanced diet, there are some things that we definitely do need to take, and I will begin with those. So I'm going to split the supplements up into like essentials and non-essentials. In my personal opinion, just as a like disclaimer, I am not a health professional in any stretch of the imagination. I'm literally purely talking from my own experience, and please don't take anything I say as like the be all and end all, like as gospel kind of thing. Do your own research, and if you are going to start taking any supplements and you haven't taken them before, or if you are going to change your lifestyle or your diet or whatever, please consult a doctor before you do that. Also, just another thing, so my kind of supplements stuff, I don't know if I've already mentioned this in my showing you my cupboard tour thing, but where is it? A lot of the supplements I took from this book, which is Managing Multiple Sclerosis Naturally, a self-help guide To Living with MS by Judy Graham. This was the first book that I found when I first got diagnosed. The whole managing multiple sclerosis naturally part, that word is very important, really kind of drew itself to me. And yeah, so this lady, I don't know, I can't remember when this book was written, but okay, so it was written in 1989 originally, and at that time I think she was about 75, and she'd had, you know, no medication, and she was still like walking with a stick, and that was back in 1989, and she did it through, I mean, obviously every person is different, every person's experience with MS is completely different. Just because it's worked for her doesn't mean it's going to work for other people and me, unfortunately, but I just found it amazing that she did it all through her kind of lifestyle and diet and supplements and things like that. So I mean, in 1989, I don't know what disease modifying therapies and drugs and things were available, but I mean 20 years ago, wait, was 1989 20 years ago? Anyway, so 20 years ago, there was no treatment for MS in the UK anyway. It's a whole completely different ballgame now, getting a diagnosis of MS. But anyway, my point is, she at 75 was still walking with a stick, which I found completely amazing. But yeah, I'm going to show you like how many supplements she takes, because she takes a lot, or took. I mean, I don't know if she's still alive. So this is a whole list of supplements that she takes. It's double-sided page as well. Let's see how many different types she takes. She takes 29 different supplements. She takes things like shark cartilage. You know, this woman is really extra. So she takes like obviously expensive things, which, you know, I can't afford and don't think personally that I need to take. But yeah, because she took such a long list, I was like, I must buy every supplement that could potentially help me, that I can afford and get my hands on. So I went a bit crazy, and some of these supplements are still like the survivors from the first kind of big spend that I did on supplements, because I was like, I need all the health. Like at one point I was actually taking about 30 supplements a day. It was crazy. Some of them also made me feel really sick, but that's because I often took them first thing in the morning with nothing in my stomach. So if you are going to take supplements, make sure you take them not on an empty stomach, otherwise you're going to be bringing them back up. But let's start with my essential supplements, or things that I definitely think is important to take. So the most important one that I would recommend to take, and pretty much the only one that my neurologist said to take, sorry, they're rattling around. My neurologist said, when I said, is there anything I can do like on my end other than, you know, take medication to keep myself healthy? And he just said, eat a Mediterranean diet, like loads of healthy fats and fish, and take a really high vitamin D, like the highest vitamin D tablet you can take. So these are the vitamin D tablets that I take. They are they're 10,000 IU. But vitamin D, I'm sure every single person who has MS knows that this is really important. If you don't have MS, taking vitamin D is really important anyway, unless you live on a beach in the Caribbean where you're getting sunlight, you know, all the time. If you are, do you have a spare bedroom? Can I come and visit you? So there is evidence to suggest that a lack of vitamin D can actually cause MS. I mean, the rate of MS, the further away from the equator, goes up. So the closer to the equator, obviously, which gets the most sun, there's basically no one with MS. So you have to take vitamin D. Vitamin D can suppress autoimmune reactions and also slows disease progression and can reduce relapses. So, you know, really good supplement to take. Next one. There's going to be so many pills rattling around this video, I'm so sorry. But next one is vitamin B12. This one I'm going to take now. This one is like one that you melt under your tongue and it's berry flavoured. So I'm just going to suck on that. Vitamin B12, like vitamin D, most people are actually a bit low in. If you don't eat meat, you should probably take it. If you do eat meat, you should probably take it, because vitamin B12 we would normally get through eating meat, but the animals get it through eating like grass and things like that. But there's actually less vitamin B12 going into the soil these days, or whatever. There's less B12 in the soil or going into kind of plants because of like pesticides and things like that. So less then goes into the animal and then less goes into us. I don't eat meat, so I take B12 anyway. To anyone that's watching this that doesn't have MS, take B12, because if you're deficient, it can cause MS-like symptoms like numbness, dizziness, things like that, difficulty thinking, and trust me, you don't want to experience any of those symptoms. So most B12 is like things that you dissolve or, you know, put in your mouth and, you know, they taste all right. And it's really easy to take, so I take B12. For my MS fellow warriors, B12 helps support a healthy nervous system, which then supports healthy myelin, which is what gets destroyed and hurt in MS. So altogether, recommend B12. Next is flaxseed oil. Fatty, actually I'm going to do these two together. I've got flaxseed oil and omega-3. I take flaxseed more than omega-3. But omega-3, this is a fish oil. But yeah, they both have essential fatty acids, and we like fatty acids. We like them because they also support the nervous system and supports the production of healthy myelin. So if you're recovering after a relapse, I would recommend taking some fatty acids, because we want our myelin to grow back and be lovely and working again. Next up is the holy grail. It's turmeric. Turmeric is like a super duper, super amazing herb. If you can eat it fresh, eat it fresh. But I mean, it comes in a root like ginger root, and it comes and it's literally this colour, bright orange. It stains everything orange. If you cut it up, put it on a chopping board, that chopping board will be orange, your fingernails will be orange, everything will be orange. So I tend to just take it in powder, like you could put it in curries and things like that if you're cooking, or I just take it in a tablet. But the tablets like still smell like turmeric. Pooh, strong. But it's such a good natural anti-inflammatory, so helps the gut and things like that, and we like it. My last essential is a probiotic. Probiotic literally means for life, and I want to be here for life, so take some probiotics. Probiotics help the body resist infections and also helps you to not get leaky gut. So leaky gut is where instead of keeping, you know, bad toxins out of your bloodstream through the gut, there's holes in it and all the toxins get out and leak all into your body, which causes inflammation, and we don't like inflammation with an autoimmune disease. So I take probiotics. So those were my essentials. Now I'm just gonna show you like the ones that I do take but in the night. So these are my nighttime supplements. This I have talked about on my Instagram before. It's called 5-HTP and it is amazing. I take double strength because I'm a girl that suffers with my sleep, and I have literally tried loads of like natural sleep remedies and just kind of gave up hope until I came across these. These literally send you into the most deepest sleep ever. You have crazy dreams and you just wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. And you know, we've got an autoimmune disease, we've got a chronic illness. Our bodies work harder than everyone else's, so our bodies need to get good rest and good sleep, and that is something that I've always struggled with my whole life. Even as a child I had sleep problems, so these are amazing. I take 2 of them like an hour before I go to bed and they're incredible. Alongside the 5-HTP I take Hemp Seed Oil or CBD Oil. These are just the ones I have at the moment. CBD or hemp have, you know, really good high anti-inflammatory properties, and also I took them, well, every night before I went to bed for ages and didn't think anything of it, ran out, and then for no reason I had loads of anxiety that came back, and the only thing I could put it down to was not having CBD oil. And then I also take magnesium. I take it in two forms. So these are tablets. They help reduce fatigue because they help you fall asleep. They reduce tiredness. They're really good for the nervous system. And yeah, so you take them in tablets, or this is also a spray. And this is really good. You just spray it on your body before you go to sleep. And it does tingle a little bit. If you're lacking in magnesium, it will tingle a bit. I don't know why. But yeah, so just spray that on my body before I fall asleep. And those are the three things that I take before I go to bed. So now on to the supplements that I do take, but not religiously. I take kind of as and when I feel like I take them. And so the first one is zinc. If you're suffering after an MS relapse, you've probably taken a really high dose of steroids, which means you most likely have broken out in steroid acne, which is what happened to me. So zinc is good for that because it's really good for the skin, but also it's really good at kind of helping the body absorb the benefits from fatty acids. It's really good at helping your body cope with stress, and it plays an essential role in kind of maintaining a robust immune system, like, because we want a robust immune system because we don't want to get sick, because we don't want then our immune system to go rogue and then start attacking our nerves basically. So I take that as and when. Alongside zinc, I take copper because these two work together, and they work together in building red blood cells, and they work together to help maintain healthy bones, healthy nerves, a healthy body, robust immune system. So the two together, a little pair made in heaven. So I take both of these. I've got another fatty acid, and that is evening primrose oil. So I took this when I was suffering with steroid acne. I'm actually going to do a video on how I cured my steroid acne, because I know you probably can't think it, but after my relapse, after I was on the strongest steroids for 2 weeks, every single pore on my face was a huge spot, and it was horrific. So I cured that basically myself. But yeah, I took this evening primrose oil whilst I was suffering with my acne episode, because it's really, really good for the skin, your hair, your nails, things like that. And it's really good at healing a leaky gut. And it does that by strengthening blood vessels which line the gut. So that means that there are less gaps in the gut lining, therefore meaning that less bad things can escape the gut and go into the blood. The next one I take is Ginkgo Biloba. Ginkgo Biloba, yeah, Ginkgo Biloba. And this helps improve cognitive function because it enables more blood to go to the brain, or it encourages more blood to go to the brain, which increases cognitive function. And it also helps to keep blood vessels dilated, which means that more blood travels around the body easier, basically. And the last supplement I'm going to show you is one that I don't take anymore because I feel like I don't need it, but that's biotin. And I took biotin because after my relapse, a lot of my hair fell out, like a lot. And the hair that I did have was dry, and every time I brushed it, massive clumps came out. Whether that was just the stress of it all, making my hair fall out, whether it was the steroids, once again, making my hair fall out, or just, you know, my hair was falling out. But yeah, I took biotin. Also, my hair was so dry and frizzy, and this did help. And I actually, yeah, I know a lot of people that take biotin for their hair, and it also helps support cellular energy production and promotes healthy hair and strong nails. So if you've got a problem with your hair, give this a go. So that's the end of my supplements video. I hope that, you know, it's given people a bit of an insight into how you can help your health other than just medication or whatever, but also, you know, don't take what I say is like the be all and end all. Do your own research and take supplements that you think might apply to you. I don't feel like you need to go mad on supplements like I personally did. You don't need to take every single one that I do. I don't even take all of them every single day. Yeah, they can be expensive, and you can also get most of the nice nutrients just from eating a clean, healthy diet. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. Also, you can find more of me on my Instagram, which is at Izzy_MS, where you can see how I'm doing training for my marathon, which is the end of April, which is crazy. But yeah, I hope you like this video. If you've got any more videos you'd like me to make, please suggest them to me, because I'm open to suggestions. And yeah, I will see you in my next video.